Good evening, good morning, and good night. Welcome to Inappropriate Radio. It's your host, Tashana. Let's get into this. So, hi guys. First of all, it's a bug going around. Be careful, especially if you have children. I don't care the size, okay? I don't care the age, I don't care the grade. Make sure your handles, your light switches, your remotes, your keys, wipe everything down as if, not like it was COVID, but like, yeah, wipe everything down. Okay? Initially, the topic was supposed to be about nickel, right? If this is your first time tuning in, then I would have you know that on Inappropriate Radio, we cover an array of topics, right? From spirituality, astrology, religion, science, social events, okay? We were in the midst of the periodic table, but I'm not gonna lie, this today was due to my disobedience. I was supposed to take my notes because this actually was yesterday's topic, right? If we were going to be going in order with the chart. But what happened was I ended up getting a download, and the creator said go ahead and share it. A lot of the times I'll get these downloads, and sometimes I have to figure out if it's just for me. And even if it's not for others, it doesn't have to always be recorded, okay? Now, as I was saying, we were in the middle of discussing the periodic table, and nickel was supposed to be the topic. However, we stumbled upon some information today, okay? Now, we've had these discussions, right, of people having entities in them and having different, energies attached to them, whether it be through their bloodline or their birth charts or just something in the environment that they picked up, right? We've talked about how those different energies can be used to attack you, and people who are spiritualists, practitioners, whatever you want to call it, some of them are very skilled at using these low vibrational vessels to attack. Okay, so this is what's going on. When the end of 19 came in and 20 started to roll around, we started to go through this really crazy paradigm shift, right? And the frequency of the entire everything, like all of the all, was raised, okay? Everything is changing. As a result of that, the people who didn't do their shadow work, didn't decide to heal, continue to, just basically lily-dally through life as if changing isn't inevitable, right? They're trapped in particular capsules and cycles, and it's not that they can't get out. The creator says who he breaks out of a trance and who he doesn't, right? Now, I know when I'm supposed to do a topic and I don't do it for whatever reason, it's because the creator wants me to highlight something else. And I knew a lot of these cycles, and you're going to notice that it's usually with a zodiac sign that you used to have a really good relationship with, like across the board. Like if you would look back on maybe, because we go through these cycles, right? 1 year, 3 year, 5 year, 7 year, 9 year, right? We go through these different cycles, and we have cycles. Those are cycles within a cycle, but that's a different topic. But we have these cycles where, again, a person who is skilled in sending energy can attack you enough to keep you locked in a particular cycle, okay? Now, the thing is, the people who you used to vibe with, because they're in that cycle, the frequencies no longer match, right? But these people were the people who were a part of you growing, right? Whether you had to be removed from them, whether you had some sort of relationship with them where you were forced to grow, it doesn't really matter. You know that your interaction with this whoever, right? It has allowed you to move into a newer, higher version of yourself, okay? And 9 times out of 10, either you don't really interact with those people anymore, or that particular person, or they're being forced to pull their energy up. They're being forced into situations where they have absolutely no choice but to go to the creator. A lot of these people feel like shit right now. You're going to see these people that were used to assist you in growing, right? Whether you feel like it's an attack or whether it's just life happened, right? It doesn't have to be any bad blood. You will see yourself gradually coming across people, and the energy is so different because the two of you now have only grown apart, but they were an instrumental piece in you getting out of an energy that they are still currently in. So I'm not even going to talk about, oh, that's where the envy comes from. No. A lot of these people are going to want to talk. They're going to want to apologize. They're going to want to, I would say, disclose information that would actually rattle you and bring you out of your spirit. If you come into contact with people from your past, which you should not even really be unless the creator told you that, and that's another thing, you have to use your discernment to really determine if the people that you had to be disconnected from are a part of the creator's plan for you. Okay? However, there are different scenarios, right? Because God will sometimes allow certain things to go on, not only so you can learn, but so people can build up their karma. Okay? Because it's not only you that's getting the shitty end of the stick, okay? There's other people who are also affected by this energy. And I'm not saying who's right or who's wrong. I'm not pointing a finger. I'm just saying, if you are listening to this podcast, then I'm going to assume that you are vibrating on a particular frequency. Whether you are good or bad, I'm going to assume that you can understand and comprehend what it is that I'm saying, okay? And I'm going to also assume that you are spiritually insightful. I'm going to assume that you have been endowed with gifts from the creator, whether you use them for good or evil, not my business. We stand for truth, okay? The creator. That's what we stand for. Now, in all reality, there are a lot of different cases where you would possibly be attached to these people that you feel you needed to be separated from. Obviously, love is one of the first things, right? Because after someone hurts you gravely, it doesn't have to be a relationship, doesn't have to be family, doesn't have to be friend. If you have a particular vibrational heart, it doesn't matter who it is, and you are constantly being spiritually attacked, it's your heart taking more of a whooping than, I would say, your mind, other than your spirit, and still your heart is connected to all of that, right? You have to be willing to understand that these people at some point were a part of your genetic aura field. And in part, they still have access to your energy. Even if you do cleansing work, if you do Reiki healing, if you pray, if you fast, there's still an element, because the memories the time invested, the energy exchanged cannot be deleted. It's already done, okay? So this is where the energy is still there. Even if you never in life intend on rebuilding and starting anew, that exchange is somewhere in the ethers. And it is living. It is an energy that will never die, okay? And it doesn't have to be physical sex either, okay? This could just simply be you know, having a really good long relationship with someone, maybe 10, 20 years, and then y'all just fall out over something stupid, something that's not even true. And y'all really just don't ever talk again. And that's the Creator's way of closing the cycle. But the energy, and we've also talked about this, you know, having the necessity of different people's energy, because the Creator crafted us that way. That's why He wants us to have family. That's why He doesn't want us to be alone. That's why He encourages us to have a brother and a sisterhood, because companionship is always good. It doesn't have to be a physical thing. Having another person to exchange energy with. This is why people get animals, right? Some people don't like humans, so they prefer animals. Some people, they are totally in a different dimension with their energy, so they can only vibe with animals, right? This isn't just people screwing up and nobody liking them. There's different cases. But all in all, it's important for you to understand that at this case in point, there is no reason to be moving backwards. You're gonna see cycles that have closed. Like I said, people are gonna want to reach out to you. They're gonna want to hang out. I'm not gonna tell any grown people what to do, but it is my advice based off of my experience, my spiritual awareness, and my ability to understand how life works, right? Just overall, all in all, you want to be able to flourish. And this isn't to say that, like I said, there's bad blood or there's an issue. Once the energy is no longer aligning with yours, it is time to move in a different direction. And the Creator is going to send in similar energies, okay, to assist you further. So your energy, I'm sorry, I got a little distracted, but yeah, the premise of this conversation is to pretty much align yourself with the new, okay? This is people, ideas, mindsets, and this is simply because they are trying to step into the energy that will align them with higher vibrational beings to survive, right? Energetically. And this isn't to say people are like energetic vampires. Like, there are some people who are really going through life, right? They're being tested and they're just going through a season. And then you have people who are actual leeches. There's a difference. You have to be discerning to determine what is different, right? How are these scenarios different? What's going on with you that you are even in this frequency? And when I say in, I mean around. Why is it in your midst? Why is it even attracted to you? And of course, we know that the dark is attracted to the light, right? We know that negative is attracted to positive. But I mean emotionally, I mean socially. Why are you in environments? Why are there environments in any of your facets of life able to thrive? You know, you have to ask yourself that. It's a really important question. And that's how you can really start the healing work. For real. Like, you got to really be willing to answer those questions that you really don't want to know the answer to. Alright, but I'm going to end it here. I do love y'all. I hope y'all have been drinking y'all water, eating y'all fruit and vegetables, and fasting at least 5 days before the New Year's, and getting yourself together, okay? Love y'all.